Hello everyone. In this video, let's discuss what are higher order functions in Swift language, which comes from the core concept of functional programming in Swift. So we know the basic syntax of writing functions in Swift, where it takes parameters and it returns the values. Let's say, for example, I'm taking a functions calories bound by walking for a distance. Let me take it as a double, and it returns the calories burnt. So to make it very simple, let's say the calories burnt by walking is distance multiplied by 1.5. So this is a function in Swift language where it is taking a parameter. It's a normal function. It is taking a parameter and it is returning the value, and the core logic is inside this function. So then what are higher order functions in Swift? Let me take a copy of the same functions. Let's say uh, calories burned by jogging. Let's say it is 2.5, and calories burned by skipping. Let's say it is 3.5. So these three are the functions, and usually higher order functions in Swift are like which takes functions as the parameters or which returns functions as the uh, return values. These we call it as higher order functions, so that uh, they use the declarative approach instead of imperative approach followed by the normal functions. So let's discuss that. Let's say I'm taking a function uh, called a generic kind of function calories uh, bound by activity. Now you pass me the activity, whereas activity should be a function where it takes a parameter and it returns a parameter, and for the distance, now it returns the calories burnt. So simply here in this function, as it is a higher order function, as it is having a function as the parameter, I simply pass activity and the distance passed. So this we call it as declarative approach, where uh, we don't need to worry about what this activity is doing with this distance parameter and how it calculates the calories burnt. So this we call it as a higher order functions, which is taking a function as the parameter and using the function in its logic. So just to test this, so I would pass calories burnt by activity. I need to pass an activity. I can take any of this. I would take calories burnt by jogging. So this is the user activity, and distance, let me say some 2 kilometers or 2 miles. Now it has to give me the calories burnt. So 2.0 into, for jogging it is 2.5, so 5 should be the answer. I'm running it. See, five is the answer. So if we we don't need to worry about, sorry, we don't need to literally worry about what is this activity, what is this calories burned by jogging or calories burned by walking, how it calculates the inner logic. We don't need to worry about it. So that's how it follows the declarative approach. So it doesn't need to know what this function is about and what it is doing with the distance. Simply you pass the activity that the user is doing and it will calculate the calories for you. So this we call it as higher order function. Higher order function, taking function, and it could be closure as well, closure as parameter. Now a higher order function is something that can return returns function as closure. Now how can we do that? Let's say I'm taking a function let's say user stage, for example user is at a stage, let's say int. Now it has to or now it has to give me the activity. This is our activity basically. So now I pass user stage. For example, I'm assuming if user stage is 1, he's at walking level. If user stage is 2, he's at jogging level. If user stage is 3, he's at skipping level. Now inside logic, if I had to write, if I write like, for example, the same logic I'm gonna write. If it is 1, what I do, calories burned by walking. So if you can look at it, I'm not passing any parameters and all. Why? Because I'm just passing the activity, I'm just passing the function. This is the function I am going to return. So this user stage is a higher order function which returns function, which is nothing but an activity as the return type, return value. So in the same way, for user stage 2, user stage 3, 2, 3, I'm going to pass. If user is at stage 2, is at jogging level, I'm not passing any parameters, I'm just passing the function. Or let me quickly copy and paste calories burned by skipping. So default, if it is not 1, 2 or 3, let me pass it just at walking level only. Or if it is more than 3, okay, it is at skipping level. Now this user stage, you pass the stage of the user, it will return you the activity level. Now let's try this. Activity is a function here. Activity is equal to user stage of, let me pass 2, user stage of stage 2, so it should give me jogging. Now how can I test this? Now I can simply pass activity of, let's say 3.0, which is nothing but calling this and this, both are same, and both should give us, as for jogging it is 2.5, it should be 3 into 2.5. Now if I run it, see, 3 into 2.5 is 7.5. So basically this is the declarative approach, where you don't need to worry about what is happening inside, and a higher order function can take a function as the parameter, or it can return a function as the return value. It could be a function or it could be a closure. And Swift is having a lot of higher order functions like this, which are very useful for, especially for manipulating the collection types like map, flat map, reduce, filter, sort, which we are going to discuss in our next video tutorials. I hope this post is useful. Thank you.